take a look what's going on here today. It's a little 68 GTO. This was in here a few weeks back. We did a bunch of stuff to it, and he brought it back. He had another little list of other stuff he wanted to do, so that's a good thing. Today we put a wiring harness from the firewall forward, whole new wiring harness in it. So nice clean little car. And I think he wants to bring it back in the fall and have us take the 4-speed out of it and reseal it all because he's got some leaks. And it's fall now actually, so I guess he means later in the fall. And then the 62 Ford pickup. So we got the frame all painted up. Figuring out a different gas tank under the box. The frame's all back together. Someone was asking what's under this. It's a stock frame. It's got a good heavy duty new Ford 9-inch in there. This guy's actually, believe it or not, it's got a Mustang 2 in the front, and you won't believe what engine he's putting in here. And he's leaving it like this, so the patina look. Like you see all the patina. We're gonna start getting that over in the shop now and scuff her down and put some satin clear on it. But take a guess what he's putting in here for an engine. And yes, he's leaving these tires and wheels on the back. I'm stalling here while you guys are guessing, and I can't hear you because I haven't even put the video up yet. Anyway, he's putting a Buick in here. He's got a built-up Buick engine. I forget what he said it is, but some Buick motor with like 500 horse, I don't know. So it's gonna have a Buick. And then we go over here to the little 53 GMC. As you remember before, the engine's all sitting in there. It's gonna come out again, but it's mounted in place. That's all done. Mike's got that done. Good job on that. Got the rest of the body panels came in for the driver's side now, but we're still working on the passenger side. Haven't worked on it this week. Did pick up the rest of the panels this week, but there it is. So did get all the floor in place, and the inner panel, got all that in there. Body support underneath. And this is all, I don't know where it went. It's somewhere anyway. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. What am I saying? It's all ready, fitted to go in there. That's right. Yeah, the other panels are here. The other new panels. There we go. They're up there. I'm getting confused here. So many parts laying around for this thing. So that's what's going on there. Then we've got this old beast that came in. I've been working on this for the last couple days. 48 Ford 1-ton. It's an F3. Got the motor fired up. Must be something going on because remember I got my newest ride, my shoebox, a flathead. Well, this thing's got a flathead. Got her all fired up. It looks a little greasy now because I got all the engine degreaser on there. I'm going to pressure wash it and clean it up. Runs pretty good. I don't know what the compression is on it yet, but it wasn't smoking or knocking. So we're going to pressure wash it. Then I'll put new cap, rotor points, condenser, and all that shit on. Then I got to do all the brakes on it. So I got to put new tires on it though. Got new tires on it. So it needs front and back brake shoes and wheel cylinders. It needs hoses. It needs a complete tune-up. The rad, the heater core, and the gas tank I just threw actually in the back of my work truck there. That's going down to the shop to be flushed and cleaned. So girl's got a dump box on it and it works good. And this gentleman, his plan with this thing is he owns a hay company. So he's just basically bought this for a little bit of a display item, and he's going to boot around in it once in a while and get his logo on the side of the door. And just, this will be something they'll probably use maybe half a dozen times a year. That's it. So he's not worried that, you know, so, I mean, if you can't really see it here, it's all blotchy. Somebody just rattle canned the whole truck and didn't do a very good job because they ran out of paint. So there's a heater. I took it all apart to get it out. Seat's in good shape. It's in good shape, this truck. In good shape. Nothing wrong with that at all. So I'm hoping after a tune-up it runs even better. Should. And what else we got going on here? Sean's been working on a 64 Mercury Monterey, I want to say it is, or something like that. Can't remember now. He's been working on this. Started the body work on it, and it's right here. So he's got the front fenders done. He's got the hood all done. In first primer. There's the fenders back there. Working on the roof right now. Getting that done. The roof wasn't bad on it, but the back sail panel was a real nightmare. She was wavy as hell. Got the trunk lid done. It's right there. In first primer again, like I say. So, and yeah, that's what he's got going on there right now. And of course, you all remember the So you'll remember the Mercedes tucked away in there. There she is. 57 Mercedes Gullwing hidden away. And then this is the front end for that 62 Ford. So we just took it off as a unit, cleaned it up, all the inner fenders, and painted all them. Took them all off, then put it back together. Painted them just a nice satin black. Because even though he's leaving the patina look on the outside, he's going to have it so, you know, the fenders and the engine and that look nice. They're going to have nice paint on them. Close that up. Close some of these doors up. Fall is definitely in the air. Definitely cooled down. So that's what's going on. And there's the old shoe box. Look at it all washed. That's washed. I didn't wax it. That's the original paint. Look at the reflection of the truck. This truck in there. That's the original old lacquer. This car's never been painted, and I did not wax it. I gave it a quick wash with some fucking Dove Palmolive or Dove or whatever was laying on the kitchen sink, and that's how it came up. So I'm leaning towards keeping the flathead in this old girl, people. And the only reason I say that is I've always loved flathead engines. It's been a long time since I've had one. And I mean, this flathead runs really good, but if I take you over here, I've got tucked away over here, I have got myself, there it is here. It's dusty, but trust me, you can see. I mean, look at the clutch and everything. It's all shiny. This is a completely rebuilt flathead. EAB heads. Apparently, they were the good heads to have. This is rebuilt. It's got a mild cam in it. It has ran, like I had it running. It's got 0 miles on it. It's probably got like 150 miles on it. And what happened was I built this truck for a gentleman, and you can see it was a truck motor because the pump's down there. I built this old Ford pickup, and he had this engine all done. This was quite a while back. I keep turning it over and putting oil down the cylinders, and it was quite a while back. And he was into it for back then for like $4,000. Even went to all the trouble, instead of put the chrome caps on, he had the head bolts. They've all been chromed, or he bought them chrome. I don't know, but anyway. He put it in there, drove it for like a month, only on the weekends, came back to me and said, I can't stand this thing. And I was like, what do you mean you can't stand it? He goes, it's gutless. He goes, I want it out of here. So I put a small block in his truck, and then we worked a deal out on the flatty, and I got the flatty. So that, and I remember that engine when it was running. I remember the one thing about that kind of threw me off a bit. It ran really good, smooth. Bit of a mild cam, like I say. There was a little bit of a lump there for sure, but it so much sounded like a small block Chevy, which was a little upsetting to me because I love the sound of a flathead, and it sounded like a small block Chevy with this a nice set of exhaust on it. That's what it sounded like. So but adjustable lifters, all the goodies in it. Like I say, that was a lot of money back then to have into that engine. So I mean, we're talking quite a few years ago. So probably now to have that engine built the way it's built now is probably at least double that. So I'm tempted to put that motor in that car, because I mean, as much as that engine as much as the engine in the chopped shoebox runs good, I highly doubt it's ever been rebuilt. So I don't know much about that engine in there. So I am going to do a compression check on it for the hell of it. I always like to do that. But I mean, I know that one over there is new. So there you go. I picked this up today. You guys, so you remember you go to your diner and you'd have a jukebox in the corner, and then you'd have these things sitting over by your booth, and you'd put your money in here and pick a song, and it would automatically send it to the jukebox and make the jukebox play. I picked that up today, Seaberg. It's kind of cool. I had that listed on Facebook. I'm going to clean it up, and you know, he was reasonably priced at it. Well, he was okay priced, whatever he was asking. Well, I know what he was asking. I'm not going to say, but I cut him in half. That's what I do. Anyway, so hey, it's always a good time, an old time, and I don't think there'll be a Sunday fun day. Like I said, I'm taking off camping here for the weekend, and get one last camping trip in. The weather's supposed to be nice, so away we go. So hey, if I can manage to slip something in working on the car next week, I will. Either car, either the 55 or the shoebox. It'll be one of the two. But until then, see you later.